Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead. Today I have a grocery haul for you. This is all Aldi grocery haul. We are a family of 7. We have children, 5 kids from 14 down to 3. And we homeschool, and I'm a homemaker, so we eat all of our meals at home. My husband is a semi-truck driver. He is gone 5 days a week and home 2. And we generally try to send as much of his food with him as we can. He trains other drivers, and because of that, they give him some to spend on feeding the trainee and himself, but a limited amount. So, sorry. It is a nasty, dreary, cold, rainy day, and my throat recognizes that. So because of that, we have a pretty decent grocery budget, but we are also in a season of needing just a little bit of help. So we have been visiting food pantries for a while, and so that helps extend our grocery budget. Because of that, there are some things that you won't see. I don't buy potato chips anymore. I don't buy cereal anymore. Limited snacks. Generally our food pantries do a pretty good job of getting us a little bit of everything from meat to fresh produce, canned, produce, those kind of things, snacks. But because we do get a lot of the junkier food, like the snacks and the chips and whatnot, we don't buy it anymore. And even one of my kids said something today about, oh, can we buy this box of cereal? And I said, nope, I'm not buying cereal, because if we're going to get it, we're going to get it from the food pantry. I'm not going to waste my money on buying that, because that's one nice thing that the food pantry does for us, is it allows us to spend our grocery budget on good, healthy food. So that's our goal. My husband and I eat low carb for health reasons, and we generally do as a family. I don't tend to make a whole lot of pastas and rice and breads, those kind of things. We get any of that we're going to get from the food pantry. But you will see my kids still eat carbs, junk, just probably less than the average household does, especially sugar-wise. So our budget is usually, we try to spend between $500 and $600 a month. That includes paper products, which we don't use a whole lot of, but it includes toilet paper, paper towels, plastic bags, trash bags, those kind of things. Shampoo type things come out of a different budget, but I feel like I'm rambling. So our goal is to spend, generally we try to stay under $500 a month. This round will be enough for about 3 weeks worth of groceries, and then usually about 2 to 3 weeks in, my husband or I will make a small grocery trip for 150 for the fresh fruits and veggies, the things that we've run out of, a lot of times lunch meat, those kind of things, the things that we use up a little quicker. So, all right, I'm going to jump in and show you what we picked up today. I did some radishes. My husband got 2 deer on Sunday. It was a complete fluke. He got 2 deer within 5 minutes of each other. So he got the one, and then he got out of the stand and was checking it over, and another one happened upon him, and so he went ahead and got it as well. So we spent all day Monday processing 2 deer in our kitchen. Not for the faint of heart or stomach, but because of that, we now have some deer roasts. So I picked up, radishes are a great low-carb option for a potato alternative in making a roast, like in the crock pot. It's 6 radishes is only 3 carbs, 3 total carbs. You cannot compare that to a potato by any stretch. So that's why I picked up those. We have some cherry tomatoes, and then I also picked up these. These were a little bit of a splurge to an extent, but for $2.99 I picked these up, and I will save seed from these. Not a lot of people know that you can do that. You totally can. So that was my intention, is I want to save seed, especially from these little round yellow ones, probably some of the dark red ones as well, to plant next year. So for $2.99 for essentially 2 packs of seeds, because I'm saving seeds from at least a couple of them, that's cheap. So that's why I did those, because yeah, I really wanted to save, especially those round yellow ones. I think next year I want to plant several varieties of cherry tomatoes for donating to the food pantry. So I want to do I want the package to look like this. We did 2 things of broccoli for meals, some celery, because I have one kiddo that really has been enjoying celery. Didn't know that any of my kids liked it, but he does. And then I will also use this in making broth. 2 spaghetti squash. They were on sale for 60-some cents a pound, so I went ahead and picked up a couple, and those you can leave on your shelf for months and they will keep. So while they are on sale, I'm going to pick some up. Mine unfortunately died this year, so I didn't get any out of the garden. A head of cauliflower for meals, 2 bags of mandarin oranges. My kids do not ever want mandarin oranges through the summer, and then as soon as the cooler weather hits, they eat these like crazy. So they're craving that vitamin C during cold and flu season, would be my guess. So, and then just we're not getting the fresh produce from the garden. So normally we probably get all the vitamin C we need just from cherry tomatoes. So I picked up 2 bags of those for breakfast, snack, that kind of thing. A bag of carrots for roast, and then whatever like sides wise we want. Lettuce for salads for dinner. A bag of apples for breakfast and snacking, a thing of grapes. These, if they hadn't looked as good as they do, I probably wouldn't have picked them up because they weren't cheap. They were $2.99 a pound. Usually I won't buy grapes unless they're $1.99 or cheaper a pound. I love when they're 99 cents a pound. Haven't seen that one in a while. But some grapes every once in a while is nice. 2 bags of baby carrots for snacking with lunches. I decided to try these. The last couple of times we've gotten the regular cucumbers, they just weren't very good flavor-wise, and then they didn't keep very well. So we did some of these just as something different. 4 things of bananas because I raise monkeys. And then non-food items, we did some paper bowls. These are... I don't do paper plates very often, usually maybe once a week, but occasionally, like today, we had doctor's appointment at 9 o'clock this morning, and it's an hour away, so we had to be out of the house at 8, so I made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and apples and put them in bowls for the kids to take in the car. So, yeah, just those random uses. We got, like I said, we got those deer. So we used up most of we got 7 roasts, and so we used up almost the rest of the box of gallon freezer bags that I had. So I went ahead and picked up those, and then trash bags because trash bags. So, all right. Way more produce than normal because garden season is over. It's always interesting how much more produce we have to purchase once the garden is done for the year, because I mean really, like apples, cucumbers, tomatoes, radishes, all of that, the squash, all of that is things that we normally grow. So yeah. All right, I'm going to put this up and then I will be back with round 2. All right, this is the cold things. I feel like we're buying a little bit more meat than we used to. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I think the food pantries are, I don't know, we're getting a little bit less meat than we used to. I don't know whether it's more people going to the food pantry, which it doesn't feel like more people have been, like lines, weight-wise, that kind of thing, or whether the economy is a slight uptick and more people are buying the meat and thus it's not getting donated. I don't know. So I feel like we've definitely bought a little bit more meat than usual. Anyway. Dairy wise, hang on just a second. I forgot my box of cheese. This looks like a ridiculous amount of cheese. I know. I hand shred all of our cheese because the pre-bagged stuff usually has some kind of cellulose in it. which ups the carb content and then also is just, I don't particularly want to eat that. Whereas, let's see if I can get that to focus. The block cheese does not have anything besides cheese in it. So, yeah, that's the way that we do that. And that's why there's so much cheese. So this is a month's worth of cheese for sure. And what I do is I will just shred like all of the mozzarella and I put it into containers and I put it in the freezer. And then whenever I need a container, I pull it out, and they're old lunch meat containers. So it's always ready for us. So there are 6 mozzarella for pizzas, casseroles, 6 extra sharp cheddar cheese for casseroles and pizza. Someone gave me that tip of use extra sharp cheddar cheese, and because it's so much more flavorful, you can use less of it. And I have definitely noticed a difference in doing that. Whereas like before I would put like a cup of cheese in something, I can do 3/4 of a cup of cheese or a half a cup of cheese, and it goes a little bit further. There are 6 of the Colby Jack for, we do what are called snacky lunches a couple of days a week, where it's lunch meat, cheese, like cubed cheese, and then I just like roll up the lunch meat, that kind of thing, and make kind of like a small charcuterie board on each of the kids' plates. So that's for that. And then the same with the pepper jack. I've got a few kids that don't mind the spicy. So I'm going to set this aside now. Can't believe I forgot the cheese box. Anyway, on Sunday evenings for dinner, we do what we call snacky dinner, which is charcuterie board things. So like cured meats, cheese, goat cheese, crackers, dried fruits, anything like that. And I lay it on the counter and I let the kids pick and choose whatever they want. So that's what these are for. And these will last the entire month. I will pull out one of these per meal and we'll eat the whole thing. But that's why those will last the full month, is because we just go through one of those a week. A couple of things of butter. I'm still waiting on this to go on sale. Come on, man. 3 things of string cheese. Whenever my kids are hungry after a meal, I will tell them to, one, they have to eat leftovers. If there are any leftovers still out, like if it's dinner and there's still food out, they have to go eat that first. But if it's something like lunch, I will tell them to get a meat stick, a cheese stick, a spoonful of peanut butter, a hard-boiled egg if I have any, a squeezy pouch, or a homemade popsicle. So that's what these are for. We very rarely eat them for anything else because they're expensive. It's a snack option, not a make it part of a meal option, I guess. 3 things of whole milk Greek yogurt for breakfasts, like yogurt bowls. A thing of French onion dip for dipping vegetables in for lunches. 2 things of cottage cheese. This is a quick and easy side for the most part. You can also use it instead of ricotta cheese to make like lasagna. Oh, excuse me. I picked up 5 pounds of ground turkey. We did up 17 pounds of ground deer meat from those deer. And I am not a huge fan of deer meat straight. It is very gamey. So what I end up doing is mixing a pound of ground turkey and a pound of deer, or I'll even do like a pound of deer, a pound of beef, and a pound of ground turkey, and do something like burgers or meatloaf or sloppy joes, something along those lines, just to kind of tame down the gaminess a little bit. And that works great. So that's what those are. And man, those have went up in price. Those are $2.75. And I remember when my husband and I were first married, those were 99 cents a pound. And you could even buy them cheaper than that, down to probably 89 cents a pound when it was on sale. So, yuck. 2 things of kielbasa. This is my backup emergency meal food, because with this I can do a whole lot of different things and they keep for forever. There's expiration date. It is good until September of next year. I don't know what's in those that makes them, they're smoked, I know, but yeah, that's one of those where I just keep those in the bottom drawer of my refrigerator, and then if it's 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening and I have nothing planned for dinner, or where we got stuck out late or something like that, I can pull out that and do like a box of mac and cheese and some peas and call it dinner. 2 things of pork sausage for breakfast, for dinner mostly. I also use it for like cabbage roll in a bowl. 2 things of these cheddar brats. This is something that my husband takes in the truck with him. And then I also keep these around for a quick and easy lunch for me because I can throw 2 of those in the air fryer and then eat it with some sauerkraut and whatever vegetable sides we have laying around. Makes for a nice quick and easy lunch. 4 things of lunch meat for, like I said, those snacky lunches. We will easily go through 1 package in 2 meals. So you're looking at like a month's-ish worth of lunch meat if we do, like I said, we usually do lunch meat on Mondays and Fridays for lunches. And that's just if the kids are just eating it. If my husband and I eat any, then yeah, we're going to need a little bit more. 2 packages of these bratwursts. These are our favorites. I love when they have the family size pack, like the party pack. I think it's usually 12 in there. They're decently clean ingredients. They've got some like high fructose corn syrup stuff. Yeah, corn syrup, dextrose, BHA, propylglycine. I don't know what that is. But, you know, overall, not the worst in the world. And that is another quick and easy dinner because I will just throw those in the freezer and I can pull those out and quick thaw them in cold water, throw them in the air fryer, and yeah, we're good. 2 things of the beef burgers. These have been a splurge buy for me. I know these are not cheap. I think they're $10 a bag. But I have been eating these for me for quick lunches, or if I make something for dinner that I can't eat, I'll just cook a couple of those and top it with a slice of tomato and I'm good. So yeah, they're delicious. So, you know, a thing of eggnog because that is my husband's thing. He loves eggnog. And so this time of year we do buy some. It is his little splurge buy and he'll make that last a solid week of sipping on it. 2 things of frozen fruit. We use these when the fresh fruit runs out. So the kids, usually I try to have them eat the fresh fruits first, then the frozen fruits, and then the canned fruits. Is kind of our order of operation. And that's how we can manage to go 3 weeks without going to the grocery store again. We could go even longer than that on canned fruit. They would just plow through the canned fruit really fast. 2 bags of boneless, skinless chicken thighs for various meals. I know I've got Chinese food, like broccoli, chicken Alfredo, anything like that. That's what I use. Easy breakfasts. We have the maple flavored sausage patties and the sausage links. And we're to the point where even my 6-year-old can make these in a pan with supervision, but he can do it essentially on his own. So for breakfast, we do, they have to do a protein. We also have eggs, spoonful of peanut butter, cheese cubes, a cup of cottage cheese, something like that, yogurt, and then a fruit, and then some kind of grain, oatmeal, muffins, anything like pastry-wise that we've gotten from the food pantry. I just keep in the freezer, and they have full access to that. So generally, my kids are self-serve for breakfast at this point. The 3-year-old and 6-year-old obviously need some help, but usually the big kids are able to help them, and I can kind of get my day started on getting a load of laundry going, getting school stuff prepped, all that kind of thing. And then 1 day a week, we also do chicken nuggets for lunch. This has been kind of something that I've started here recently just as a quick and easy something. This bag will be 2 meals worth. And then the other 2 Tuesdays that we need chicken nuggets, I will make them from scratch with canned chicken from the food pantry. So that is all of the cold stuff. I have just a little bit left on like the not cold shelf stable stuff. So I'm going to put this stuff away and I'll be right back. This is turning into a long video. Sorry. Okay. The last of it is more the snacky shelf stable types things. The things that we don't usually have to buy a whole lot of because of the food pantry. So yeah, jumping in. Chocolate. We are almost out of the milk chocolate chips that we got from the food pantry, and they had this giant bag on sale for cheaper per ounce than the regular ones, so we went ahead and picked it up. This, the Moser Roth, I believe is how that's pronounced. makes some amazing chocolate. And this one tastes like Andes Mints without quite so bad of a carb content. One of the bars is 15 carbs. I do not eat the whole bar. I usually break it into 4 pieces, and I will eat 1/4 of it, which is about as much as, like, size-wise as one of those Andes Mints. But I know I have done the count on it before, and they're a little bit better than Andes Mints. Anyway, chocolate is mom's sanity. These are for every day at lunch. I let the kids pick a piece of candy or a chocolate to go with their lunch, so that's what those are for. My aunt gave me some of these. She said she didn't care for them much, and the kids loved them, so I went ahead and picked up a box of these as a little bit of a splurge special treat buy. We will probably do those one evening with some hot chocolate while we watch a Christmas movie. Drinks. This is rapidly becoming my favorite flavor of sparkling water. This Bellevue strawberry. It's delicious, so I picked up one of those. This is actually not to drink. I make a fruit popsicle. So banana, strawberry, pineapple, and some of this, and it makes a really good fruit popsicle. So yeah, that's what that is for, and that'll last us a good little while. 2 things of peppermint tea because we are into hot tea season, and peppermint is my kids' favorite. I told them we actually have a peppermint bush or plant, whatever you want to call it, and we did not get out and get any harvested this year. So I told them next year we need to get on getting some harvested and dried for ourselves. My husband saw this, and his love of eggnog, he had to try it. So yeah. Picked up 4 of the water flavors. I use these obviously as water flavors for the kids, and then also I make gummies with grass-fed beef gelatin as kind of a treat, and I use these as flavoring sometimes. There's dry active yeast. I used to buy yeast by the pound back when we weren't low carb, and I just don't anymore, and it's been a long time since I had yeast on hand, and there's been a couple of times when I have a couple of recipes that I would like to do and didn't have yeast on hand. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and buy a little thing of yeast and have it on hand in that way. There's one that I know is a pan yeast bread, and it like rises really fast. Like you mix it up and you bake it like an hour later. And it's really good, and it's a nice quick and easy side. So that's why I pulled that. A thing of flour tortillas for, sometimes we do like lunch meat roll up with this. And then especially we like to toast them so they get crispy and it's really good. Tacos, cheese quesadillas. I'm trying to think what else we use these for. A little bit of everything. So these, yeah, they get used. Like I said, we don't buy chips very often, but I have been in a pork rind kick here lately. This just makes for a nice crunchy. That's one of the negatives of a low carb diet is there's not a whole lot of crunchy things because you can't have crackers, you can't have chips. So I do pork rinds, and I will use these like tortilla chips. So I'll dip them into salsa. I'll dip them into like if we do taco dip, that kind of thing, I'll use these instead. Sorry, just had to yell at a couple of boys for being loud. A thing of honey. The kids use this in like yogurt bowls, on oatmeal, in tea. There you go. 2 things of barbecue sauce because I managed to run out again. Usually I try to keep 1 in the refrigerator and 1 in the pantry at all times of pretty much all of our condiments because we don't go to the grocery store for 3 weeks at a time. If we run out of barbecue sauce a week in, then we have 2 weeks without it. So I try to keep some on hand. Snacks-wise, I picked up a thing of chewy granola bars, some cinnamon graham crackers. Those will get used mostly with the goat cheese, and then also the kids like them with just peanut butter spread in them, kind of make a little graham cracker peanut butter sandwich with that snacky Sunday dinner. And then these are a little bit of a splurge buy on snacks. not huge. I mean, not a huge splurge buy, but the kids get to every day at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they get to pick out one item out of what we call the snack box, which is just like a basket and then area in the bottom of our pantry, and they get to pick out one item. So that's what those are for. And most of the time they do these in a little cup of milk. This is the cured meat section. When I said earlier, if they're still hungry after a meal, meat stick, this is what I'm talking about. They just get one of those, and really they're not bad ingredients wise, and carb wise they're actually really good. It's only 2 carbs for 2 sticks, so 1 carb for 1 stick. That's not bad. Salami and the summer sausage. So Mondays we do lunch meat, Tuesdays we do chicken nuggets, Wednesdays we do salami, summer sausage, and cheese cubes for lunch. Thursdays we do quesadillas or a grilled cheese sandwich or like the lunch meat rolls. And a lot of times during the winter we'll do a simple soup with that as well. And then Friday we do the lunch meat lunch as well. Saturday is always, Friday night we do pizza, so Saturday is always leftover pizza. And then depending on how much pizza is left, I will pull out like fresh fruits or fresh veggies and cheese cubes. Sometimes some of these, that kind of thing, just to kind of fill it out. Just depends. If there's a lot of pizza left, then they're getting pizza and some fresh veggies, and that's good. And then a pepperoni for the pizzas. And then also sometimes when we do cheese quesadillas, I will do mozzarella cheese and pepperoni in them to make them like a pizza quesadilla. So yeah. All right. That is everything. I'm literally looking around my floor because we always just like carry everything in and plunk it down on the floor. And then I go through the bags like a mad woman and things just get dumped and thrown and crazy. The food or the grocery hauls are always an interesting one. That's why I have a hard time getting them done sometimes. So, all right, that is everything. Oh, our total was $374.70. So almost $375. Like I said, our goal is usually under $500, so that leaves us with $125 for the rest of the month. And that also includes like if we go out to eat, gets put on the grocery budget. Any food is grocery budget, which we very, very rarely go out to eat. There was one day last week when my husband was getting home early from work, like he had a night where he would got home at like 6 o'clock in the evening and then turned around and left at like 6 o'clock in the morning kind of thing. And he called me and asked me if I needed him to pick up anything. And I said, pick up dinner. I'm so tired. We had all had colds. It was just one of those days where I was like, I don't care. And so he picked up some chicken and a couple of sides, nothing major. But yeah, it was just one of those where, yes, I'm calling dibs on Mom having a night off. But it very rarely happens. Yeah, like max of once every couple of months at this point. We used to go a little bit more often, but with my husband's work schedule now, yeah, max of once every couple of months. So, all right. I don't think I have anything else to say. I have said it all. This video is long enough. So, thank you so much for watching this. If you stuck around this long, congratulations. Woohoo, bravo, top viewer. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.